I learned game development until I can make my dream game, part 4. There is a point in every project where it stops being fun. For me, that point was spikes. Thousands of them. I followed this tutorial where I supposed to create Night Spikes blueprint to place spikes under every part of the level to kill the player if they fell. The idea was cool, but it completely broke my PC, and I don't have some junk one. The engine slowed down, the previews lagged, and it was chaos. I tried different engine settings, lit, unlit, wireframe, high, low quality, just to be able to move around again. Eventually, I created new spike blueprint. Instead of thousands of tiny spikes blueprint, I placed massive ones under the whole floor. Same effect, way better performance. Then I started working on level 3. I had a plan drawn on paper, like a rough sketch of the layout, but I didn't follow it exactly. I just started building. I used window asset as walls, map corner pillar as a part of the platform, and placed assets like Lego blocks over and over. No perfection, just flow. Every time I placed something new, I tested it, jumped on it, ran around. If it felt fun, I kept it. If it sucked, I changed it. That was my design philosophy. Fill first, structure second. I wasn't building a level, not really. I was sculpting a playable mood. Then came the hard part, platforming challenges. I needed 2 moving platforms to meet at the same place at the same time so the player could cross. That took me some math to do, distance, speed, delay, to not break the rhythm. But eventually I got it, and it felt great. I even added 1 platform that leads beyond the map, just so the player feels like, oh, can I go there? No, you can. I added spikes so you don't fall into the void. But the feeling of discovering something hidden, that's real. At one point, I made a bridge that shows that this level is larger than people can expect. From there, you have to take right, just so you can press the button, and then you have to go back to the left to reach the exit. It's not complicated, but it feels like a mission. Makes the level feels alive. Of course, not everything I built worked. I tried building another bridge with different decor. It looked bad and played terrible, so I scrapped it. Sometimes the most important skill is knowing when to quit on an idea. Then I built what I call a floating bridge. A few static platforms followed by the moving one you have to time perfectly. You have to reach the last platform before the moving one arrives, or you miss your ride. And that ride is only way across a huge gap. That part broke me more than once, but at the end, it's my favorite sequence. Then came testing and dying, a lot. It took me, let's say, some time to test the last level, but not because it was long, just because I kept dying. And every time I died, I had to decide, is this bad design or am I just bad? Honestly, both were true. Once the levels were polished, I moved to UI. Pause menus, level selection, inputs, and then tutorial told me something cruel. My player's collision capsule was too big. Maybe it should be told at the beginning of but what can I do now? I changed the capsule to be more accurate. Before, there was a feeling that the engine thought I was standing on the platform when I wasn't. And I already spent some time doing accurate collisions for meshes to avoid it, and now, when I change it on the player, that broke the entire game. Suddenly, jumps were impossible, spikes were misaligned, so I had to go back and tweak every level again. It was frustrating, but it taught me how much details matter. Finally, I added the music. I skipped the stock tutorial soundtrack and chose something that fits my game. I added final touches, level transitions, menus, gratitude screens, and links to my stuff. Then I did last final test from level 1 to level 3, no cheats. And yes, I died a lot. Sometimes I wanted to add checkpoints, but in the end I decided 1 life, 1 chance. If you fall, you start over. No, not to be cruel, but because that's what this journey felt like. And look, I'm terrible at platformer games, so if I could beat it, you can beat it. This wasn't just about making a platformer. It was about finishing something, pushing through broken spikes, bad ideas, collision nightmares, and still showing up. If you're making something, anything, and you feel like it's a mess, just remember, I made this game by stacking windows and calling them walls. You can absolutely build something great, even from chaos. Because in the end, It's not about building a perfect game. It's about being a kind of person who doesn't give up. And you can test first 3 levels by downloading this game from my website and soon from itch.io, because why not? So in the next video I'm gonna start another game. This will be another platformer, and let's see where this journey takes us. Subscribe and leave a comment below if you like this.